Hello, my name is Isabel Allen, and I'm excited to be able to tell you about the museum that should be built. Being a history major in my undergraduate program, I am biased towards history, which is why I picked to build a history museum. One reason I picked a history museum is that growing up, my grandfather was a professor of history and I believe anthropology. And being able to hear his stories of his digs he was able to go on was always fascinating. He would always tell me about like the cultures that he was able to be around in the community that he had on the Indian reservations that he worked on. I like to say I was bound to be a history major. The second reason why I picked a history museum is the fact that working in an elementary school, I have seen students know little to no history. For example, I asked them who was the first president of the United States, and they said Abraham Lincoln. If you ask kids, they find history either tedious or exciting, and I want to make it to where they are excited to learn history. This is because history needs to be taught in a more interactive and fun environment so that they do find it interesting. Making an exhibit interactive and interesting to a child will make them want to learn and not feel like they're being forced to learn. For example, if you want to teach them about the Oregon Trail, you could have them dress up or play games as if they were a child during that time period so that they could get an understanding of what it was like to be on the Oregon Trail. A museum is beneficial for a community. The museum I want to build would preserve, collect, and display the cultures of the community where the museum is located. Attached to the museum would be a building where kids can learn more about history through live reenactments, Q&A sessions with historians, crafts, and other fun activities. This idea came from my time as an intern at the Tempe History Museum. I really enjoyed my time there and the layout that they had for their community center. They had a little room, not a little room, but a room attached to the museum that served as a place where the community could come and gather for special events like concerts and lectures and like summer programs for the kids. And one summer program they had is called the Tempe Time Machine. And this would allow kids to come in and learn more about Tempe's history through the community involvement. So we would have people from Tempe's community, like restaurants and stores and local historians come and talk to the kids about Tempe's history. So this brought not only the museum together, but the community together at the museum, allowing kids to learn more about the Tempe history. Having such events like this would allow future generations to learn from history, and it's also a fun way to learn about history. Having a museum in our community is essential because it can educate future generations about their history and their community and the cultures within their community. If you make history fun, kids will want to learn. This is what I want in a museum.